Okay, we're going to go on to, I'm going to share the, I'm going to turn off my video. So I'm going to share the screen and then turn off my video. Okay, so this is one of my ad accounts, and I'm going to, I mean, you always see these, I'll just start off with this, let me just select today, and let's see, okay. So yeah, if you want me to take a look at it, so Hortensia, just put the URL in the chat. So I'm going to go, right now we're going to talk about campaign budget optimization. And this is what Facebook is doing is changing the way the campaigns work. And eventually, I think sometime this year, it will be set up so when you run campaigns, the budget is going to be in the campaign and not the ad set. So that's what this is. It's campaign budget optimization. So what's nice about it is that, so say for example, you're running 10 different ad sets. And so in each of those ad sets, you have a different interest that gives you, the ability, what it really does is give you the capability to test single interests. And then as you find those interests that, those that work and those that don't, now you can take those interests that are not working very well and you can turn them off. And what that does, so for example, if we start up with a campaign, it has 10 ad sets and we run it for like 4 days, and then we determine, okay, there's 4 of these that are not working very well and we want to turn them off. And so what we can do is we turn off those ad sets that are not performing well. And what happens is the rest of that budget goes to the campaigns that are doing well. So and it does not upset the learning algorithm inside of Facebook. So this is what's great about having the budget at the campaign level and not the ad set level, because it gives us the ability to change the budget, and we can remove ad sets, add more in, and we can change the budget and it doesn't upset the algorithm. Okay, before we get started, I mean, there's always these messages that pop up for things, hopefully they're always blue. Red usually means something, that is bad that's happened. But, blue is just giving you a notice that something is going to change. It says starting April 30th. Of course, we've already passed that. This is an ad account I haven't used for a while. But for the most part, I'm just going to click the X so those go away. All right. So let's get started with campaign budget optimization. So I'm going to go right here and do I'm going to create a campaign. And we're going to just call it CBO. If you see the term CBO, that's when we're talking about campaign budget optimization. So we'll do CBO, BO, just so we know that this is our test campaign. And then we're going to select this. Now, we're not going to do split test because I've tried this out, and it's fine. I mean, if you want to go ahead and run it, that's totally up to you. But I find the method that I do. So the split test I have tried, but my preference is to use campaign budget optimization. And I can do split tests if I decide if I want to do split tests. I don't do it here. I use the dynamic creative that's at the ad level. But we're not going to talk about that tonight. But we're going to just only campaign budget optimization, and perhaps next week we'll talk about the dynamic creative. I'll make sure that I think we did it on a past call, but I'll take a look. So the ad set, what I'm going to do is, I don't know, I've got a spreadsheet of interest, so I'm just going to kind of leave it. I'm going to put PB because the product that I'm going to show you in this demonstration is a power bank. and I'm just going to give the, so that's the PB ad set. And then this is, we're going to give the ad, we're just going to call it PB ad. Okay. And so this is how now we have to make sure this is turned on. We have to turn this on first in order, and I'm going to leave it at like, let me just leave it at 30. So the more ad sets you have, the higher the daily budget must be. So you can't put in 20 ad sets and then have a $5 a day budget. So just letting you know. That's fine, but the purpose of doing campaign budget optimization is to find, you may spend a little bit more money, but we're going to find out what works really fairly fast. Okay. All right, Star, do you have a video for that? Or do you want me to, if you want me to take a look at your products, please put the product URLs in the chat. One URL per chat message. Okay, so we're going to keep on going on the, so now once we've got campaign name, auction, conversions, split test is off, campaign budget optimization is on. I've set a daily budget, which should handle the number of ad sets we have. We give the ad set a name and add a name. So this is what this is going to do, is create a draft of our it's a save to draft. It's going to create a draft of our campaign. So I just click on that. And so it's going to have these red markers because it's missing stuff in it. But that's fine. That's okay. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is go into the ad set and select what I want. So conversion event, I'm going to do a pixel pixel 30 vines. Okay. That's fine if it's gray or red. That doesn't mean there's a problem. It just means that that there's been no data in a certain amount of time. So for this item, it's been 8 days since this pixel has had a sale. So that's fine. We're going to leave it alone. You see the red window thingy went out. Okay, so I'm going to just jump. I'm going to leave the ad set right now. We've got to create this ad first. Okay, and so let me see. We don't want that. I'm gonna just do this one. Okay, outdoor technology, and I'm just gonna leave that like that. We're gonna start building this ad. So I'm gonna create the ad right now. And we're just going to create an ad. We're going to use it with an image or video. And I'm just going to turn this stuff off. I'm just going to hide that message. And all right, so I got to get the link to the video. Just going to drag that over here. Yeah, you're not going to see what I'm doing in here right now. So we'll do, we're going to do video slideshow, and then we're going to select video, and then I need to do a import page. Okay. Wait, did they just change this? What happened? Upload video. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go out of there and go here. And now it's uploading. Should be uploading. It should say right there. You may not see this. It says down in the bottom right-hand corner, it says uploading video, power bank, MP4. And then I'm going to get my ad copy all ready to go. Okay, one moment. Okay, did that upload? Okay. Now I'm going to get my ad copy and I'm going to put it in here. Okay, I'm going to paste in the, okay, let me grab this and then we'll put it in. Okay. I'll put the ad copy in here. And we're going to clean this up a lot right now. Okay, we're going to take that URL. It needs to be in there. And I like to use this FB icons, and you just copy and paste things in here. Just take some, use some emojis. It'll kind of make it look nice. So I'm going to do a, where's my arrow? I'm looking for an arrow. Okay. Oh, we need this. Copy, we need that. We need that. All right. We'll put that emoji right here. And then we're gonna okay. Okay, so I want a right. Oh, there's some new stuff. Okay, right. I want a right arrow right there. And we're going to put that right in here. This is just the way I like to do it. I'm just going to change. See how the mobile newsfeed? I'm watching this. Do you see how it's doing a new line? I'm just going to say, I'm just going to take out that here. Then that way it's all in one row. And then I'm going to need to clean, I'm always trying, I just want to clean this up a little bit before I know where you're seeing the whole setup of an ad. This is kind of the way I look at it. I want to just make sure it's all working, looks really good. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to look for something that looks like a bullet point. Where is, so I'll find a little dot or something like that. I'll use this. Is there a little round dot that I can use? No, I'm not seeing it. Let's see who's still here. Oh, not a big turnout. Everybody must be on a holiday or something. Well, we can do alternate. Let's just try something and see if I like this or not. So I'm going to copy that. Okay, we don't want that. We're going to try something. See if I like it. And I'm going to go in here. I'm going to do every other. I'm going to do every other. I don't know. It may look stupid, but let's just try it out. See how it looks. Okay, and then I'm going to go back over here. And I'm going to do the blue one. Copy that. Blue. Oh, it didn't work. Okay. And then, so we've got this one out. We're just going to put something else in there. And X that. So tent. Oh, we don't want a circus tent. Tree. Evergreen tree, let's do that. Copy that. And we'll put it right in here. All right. So here we go. So it looks pretty good. I'm just going to take out this. I don't need to have that big number in there. All right. What do you think? Do you like that way that looks? Does that look pretty good? I kind of like it. So desktop. And let's take a look at what it looks like on Instagram. Okay. I think it looks kind of good too. So on Instagram, so this looks nice. So one of the things to know is, so here's line 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what I want is to have, this is a little, just something not a trick, but just something to know about. So Instagram, if you have your URL like in the second line or the third line, it will show up here in the Instagram ad. But on Instagram, you cannot put links in your ads. And so it's best to have it like on the fourth line. If as long as this click here is on the fourth line, it will not show up in the Instagram description, which is what we want, but it will show up in the mobile news feed and the desktop news feed. Now, I don't really like this. See how the line, that doesn't really matter for the desktop, I have to say. Okay, let's just see. I'm going to take out one period, and that might fix it. Kind of. I'll take out one more. And then, so I made a change like that. We need to make sure it looks okay on the others, because it's actually the mobile news feed and the Instagram that are the most important. That's where your mobile news feed and Instagram feed are where you will see most of your sales. Okay. And you can see now this is Instagram stories, which looks fine. You see, that still looks good. But you don't get a lot of traffic from stories. And just so you know, I mean, this comes up every once in a while. You're going to see some of these placements where it may give you an error like this. This format is not currently supported. That's fine, because this is a banner, okay? So you're going to have some of these placements that will not work, okay? This is fine also. This is okay, because what we're primarily concerned with is Instagram feed and the mobile Facebook feed. If the other placements don't work, that's fine, because you don't get a lot of sales out of those. Okay, I just want to make sure that's clear. Desktop micro. Okay, I don't have my headline in there yet. Is that clear? I just want to make sure that's clear. It's okay if you've got all these other messages, all these things, like right here it says, you can just ignore this. This is okay. See, my video is 38 seconds long, and so it doesn't fit. It will not work with Facebook stories or in-stream videos. That's okay, because you won't get a lot of traffic from that anyway. Okay, so yeah, I'm kind of saying that to you, Hortensia, just so you understand what's going on. Okay, so let's go. We're going to go back. That's our bunny that you saw in the video. Okay. Okay, so also I need to put we're finishing this ad. We still need the headline. Let me figure out what headline we're going to use. No more running. I like this one the best. Headline. And then let's go back here to the desktop. See what it picks up. Okay, so now I've got the headline. We got the headline in. Everything's kind of in now. I'm going to double check my placements. Okay, the headline's there. This is the mobile news feed. Desktop news feed won't get too much traffic, but you will make sales. So we want that to look good too. I'm going to keep on going and go over to Instagram feed. So you see how it doesn't take the headline, but it does show the first line. No more running out of battery on outdoor adventures. Let's see. Yep, that's good. Okay, so this all looks fine. And I always use learn more. Make sure it's the right pixel. And we're all done for the ad. The ad is done. All right, so the ad is finished. Now we need to do the ad set. So I'm going to hide that message. I don't need that. I'm not going to demonstrate dynamic creative. So that's for another call. Now, since it's in the evening, I'm going to schedule this ad to start running tomorrow morning. And I'll just set it for early AM. Okay. And I'm going to do 25 and up. And if you've done your, and I'm going to edit placements. Okay, so feeds, I can't do that. I don't want that. We're just going to leave that alone and see if that works. Inventory filter, they keep changing the name of this. Okay. Okay, we're going to just hide that message. And we're going to leave, I think we're all good. We can't do in-stream because it's, see, the Hortensia went with the in-stream videos will not work. It was giving you that 15-second message because you need to have a 15, must be, for in-stream videos, it needs to be less than 15 seconds. But you don't get a lot of traffic there. Okay, so it's not that important. So if you get that message, all you have to do is uncheck that box. Okay, so if I tried to publish this and I got an error, then I just remove the placement that is my videos won't work on. Okay, so if I've got a 55-second video, then I'm going to uncheck in stream, and I think stories, they made it, I think it will still work on stories because they made a change with stories. They can be longer, but you definitely in-stream videos you can't do. So any in-stream videos will not work. Okay, once we publish the campaign, it'll give us an error message. Okay, so now the one thing I forgot to do on the ad is to pick a thumbnail. And let's see, so we just click customize video and thumbnail. Oh, and they changed this menu too. And okay, so if there's these messages here, just leave it alone. You don't want Facebook to change it. Okay, leave it as original. Remember, Facebook is always changing things. So if you've made a square video and you click 2x3 or 4x5, you're just going to mess up your video. Don't just leave it original, because if you made it square, just leave it original. Don't click anything here. Okay, so this is the kind of thing that Facebook makes changes all the time. And just because they say recommended here doesn't mean that you have to do it. And it doesn't mean it's the best one either. It actually is the taller ones that work much better. Okay, so let's go. We're not going to trim anything because you did all of this in your editor. And see how it says recommended 15 seconds? Ignore that. Mm-hmm. Just because it says recommended here does not mean that it works best. Okay, I think this is what you were seeing. Okay, which I'm just going to leave that alone because I'm going to keep my video the way it is. But I am going to change the thumbnail. Okay, so I need to pick something that will. I want a good image. So I would not pick this one. Any of these that have a text call out in it, I don't want. I want to use a thumbnail that has no text at all. Okay, so actually, when I'm inside of Camtasia, I pulled a a frame out of the video, and it has no text on it, but it shows the opening scene of the video. And so I'm going to upload that. And easy peasy, it's already selected. I click continue. And now that's the thumbnail for the video. Apply changes. Crop and trim, don't use those at all. You should have all this ready to go inside your video editor. So these, you should never use these. Okay, so it's going to look a little different now, and I'm going to go back. We're going to just review the way it looks again. Okay, you see how this is now the thumbnail that I uploaded is now here. Okay. All right. Okay, I see another question. Okay, so we're all set. Just because, I'm going to say this here, just because Facebook suggests something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Okay? Okay. It's a 38-second video, and it works just fine. Okay, so now my thumbnail should be on all of these placements, all of these. Okay, let's go here. See, there's my thumbnail on the desktop. And on everything, same thumbnail. And you see it's already said, these is playing the video already. It just automatically does it. Okay. And there's the Instagram feed. Okay. So we're all set. The ad's all done. Now, okay. Now we're getting back into campaign budget optimization. I'm just going to turn off this. Turn that off. I'm going to have another M&M. I'm at home. My wife just laughed at me. She's listening. Okay. Now I'm going to open up my spreadsheet. And find my interests. And this spreadsheet I haven't updated for a while, so we're going to see if it still works. But I'm going to give you a good example for this. Okay, so I'm going to change the name of the ad set because I'm going to give it the same name as the as the interest. And then I'm going to stick this in here. And I'm just going to leave it alone. All right. Okay, so we're done. That's ad. I'm going to actually what I'm going to do before we do anything. Normally you're just going to leave this on, but for the demonstration, I'm just going to. I can leave it on because it's got a. So now we've got our first ad set. We've got our ad in here, and so I'm going to close this. And so now it says review and publish, and I'm going to click on that. And if all goes well, we won't get any errors. And sometimes it's slow. it'll say in review, and that could get, well, it is they have to review the ad, and it may be maybe get approved in 5 minutes or 24 hours. It just depends. And here's our ad set and our ad. So now with campaign budget optimization, we need to create more ad sets. And before we do that, I want to get the post ID of the ad we just did. So I'm going to go to page posts and find the right page. Okay. All right. So this is the post from today that we just created, and I'm going to put that on my ad copy. Note. Okay. And we're gonna refer back to that number because I want all my ads to have the same post ID. Okay. We'll go back to Ads Manager. I'm going to click here, and now we should see our ad sets right there. So we're going to duplicate this. Original campaign. And let's just do, I'm going to put 4. So existing posting, duplicated ad. So this is going to keep the, this should make it, this is kind of, a while back, they started doing this. But we're going to double check, make sure that it does not create extra. So for this particular campaign budget optimization, we're going to do we're just going to do 5 ad sets. You could have, 20 ad sets. You could have 4 ad sets. It's just a number of how many you want to test. But we're going to do 5 altogether, so we need to make 4 more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on so it uses the same post, and then I'm going to duplicate. And so you can see here, this is the original ad set and ad, and each of these are new ones. So now we're going to edit each of these. Okay, so we're going to take the next one. I'm going to go in here, scroll down, take this one out, put this one in, and we're going to leave that alone. And then we're going to change the name of the ad set to match that interest. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the next one. I put survival kit, and then I'm going to take this one out and put my survival kit. I'm going to go find my next one. Okay, let's take a look here. What does it say? Okay. Survival skills is what I want. Okay, I'll take that out. I'm going to give that name up here. So for the most part, this is where I'm going to have, in many cases, a single interest in each ad set. Okay, let's look at the last one. And we're going to take a look here. That's kind of small. Okay. Let's just do a hunting, something related to hunting. Let's do a different one. White-tailed deer. So we'll just take that, put it up here. Okay. So we have our 5 ad sets, and there it is. So we've got 5 in there, and the budget is set in the campaign. Let me go back to the campaign. The budget is set in here, and if I go into the ad set, there's no budget in here. Ad spend limits. See how up here it says this ad set part of a campaign that is using campaign budget optimization. If you have spending requirements for this ad set, then add them here. You could put. This is something that I don't usually use unless an ad set that is performing, that I want to limit that particular ad set. But normally that's not necessary. So, okay, I'm going to close this and we're going to publish. And it should just go through just fine. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense? So as this runs, if you have, and I usually have a lot, like 10 ad sets or more, and that way I've had 20 or 30, but with this you can as it starts spending money, you can see what is what's going on, and then if you find that you've got a handful of them where the cost per click is really high and there's not a low click-through rate, well, it may not be a good match for that audience. And if that's the case, if it's not working well, you just click that button and it pauses that ad set. Now, usually don't make a decision on anything like that. It's got to be more than 24 hours, often three days. Okay, 3 or 4 days. You need more than 24 hours to find out if it works. Okay, so you need to wait. I'd like to wait like 3 days. And then if you find another one's not working well, you just go click on that and turn it off. And now what will happen is the budget that's in that campaign it'll actually increase the spend on the remaining ad sets. So So right now we've got a $30 a day budget for this campaign. And now, it's going to, that $30 is only going to these 3 ad sets instead of 5. So you've essentially increased the daily budget for each of these ad sets. Any questions? Does that make sense? And it's my understanding that conversion campaigns are going to move to campaign budget optimization completely. Okay. Any questions? Yeah, Hortensia, that was a lot of. I know you had some questions about the length of the videos. Yeah, it's just whenever you're inside of Facebook, things change, and I don't recommend. If you've got your video, it's all done, and that's the way you want it, and that's just leave it as is. Don't edit it inside of there. Just let it go. Okay. I'm just going to turn this. I'm not going to run this campaign. This is just a sample. So I'm just going to turn it off. I'm going to stop the share. You can see it just takes a little bit to happen. Okay. And then I'm going to stop the share. Oh, let's see. I'm going to turn on the video. Okay. Hortensia, does that answer all your questions? It's just a matter of doing what, doing it the right way, doing it the way that it should be working. Yeah. Just you're doing great. So Hortensia, let me know if you want me to take a look at the video. Any other questions from anybody? Star? Any questions do you have any questions?